So why is it that mostly white guys care about climate change? Well, let's talk about privilege and problems. A definition of a problem is a challenge that you either accept and deal with or overcome with a solution. Now, I'll explain privilege in 2 seconds. If you encounter a problem and you can think, I don't have to deal with that, that's a privilege. Privilege is not needing to solve a problem. Real privilege is not needing to think about a problem at all. As an example, good physical health is a privilege. You don't get sick and you don't have to think about it. Sickness is a problem you have to deal with and hopefully overcome. As growing human beings, we test boundaries. When we come up against a boundary, it's a problem we either accept or try to overcome. Prejudice is a bias that works against us. Prejudice is a force that slows or stops us. Let's look at these types of prejudice in society. Age, ageism. Ability, ableism. Gender, sexism. Race, racism. Class, classism. And there's also national origin, religion, and sexual orientation. Just to name a few. The majority of white guys don't face significant prejudice in any of these areas. Now, some white guys face prejudice in all of them, but most don't. And our level of privilege changes over the lifespan. So white guys can expand the problems they want to work on pretty far. You might hear white guys complaining about the government and taxes, because that's the main force giving them any resistance in life for what they want to do. We see rich white guys trying to solve aging. We need to solve the aging problem. So you want to solve ageism? Age discrimination? What? No, I don't want to look or feel old. You're fired. The other issue white guys care about is climate change, which can feel like an abstract and global issue. When other forms of prejudice are affecting you in your daily life, it's more difficult to step outside of that and focus on a more global issue that feels like it can be put off for longer. White guys get to pick that global issue that does seem to affect them, and they can work on this expanded problem. These are the biggest issues for white guys: time and the weather. Now, before you cancel me, let me just say, I wish more people cared about climate change. More people in general. If you care about climate change, that's great. I say climate change is abstract and doesn't affect us directly, but it really affects us all, and climate change is coming. It's coming for us. Please don't waste both our time by telling me that women and people of color care about climate change. Yeah, of course they do, and that's awesome. Instead, promote those activists. Which climate activists should we be following? Please comment below. Who should we know about? Just to add, Indigenous activists are where we should be. They are protesting with their bodies at pipelines that shouldn't be built. This video is coming out as several weeks ago there was a heat wave that struck both the South and North Pole. It scared the shit out of scientists. The Arctic was 30 degrees Celsius warmer than it should be, and the Antarctic was 40 degrees Celsius warmer. That's Celsius, my American friends. That's like at least 50 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. The planet is radically shifting. The IPCC report is telling us we have 10 years. It's past time we look up.